How dare one of y'all niggas even speak on me and Tate relationship, nigga? I don't know you niggas from a can of paint, nigga. Y'all niggas don't know how me and my brother rock, nigga. You trying to clear your face, nigga. This your 5th interview, nigga. You done did about my brother, nigga. You ain't think about his mama. You ain't think about the family, nigga. We ain't said nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing but you niggas.
Don't never put me in no position where, you know, I have to defend myself. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be healthy for you.
What's good, RIZZLE fam? Seems like things between Quavo and Offset are not what they used to be. We just saw Quavo slam Offset for disrespecting their brother Takeoff. It's not a good sign for all the Migos fans out there. The Grammy Awards show took place just the other night, and with it came a bad news. Looks like Quavo and Offset are having a hard time kicking it together. After Takeoff's death, things just ain't been the same. We all hoped that the two would reconcile and find a way to make it work, but so far, we have no reason to believe that is ever gonna happen. Is this all because the mob ties? In 2022 brought a lot of tragedy to the world of hip-hop. We lost a lot of beautiful souls, and one of them was Migos rapper Takeoff. Take lost his life from the early hours of November 1st in front of a bowling alley in downtown Houston. Things went south after Quavo got in a verbal argument with another person who he played basketball with earlier. If things remained at that level of conversation, everything would have been fine. However, we were not so lucky. Someone in the group of people came with Quavo and Takeoff, had a burner, and they took it out. Nobody knows exactly why that happened, but it did. Before you knew it, out of self-defense, everyone who had a gun took it out and just started shooting back. The result of this terrible accident was that Takeoff got shot and he fell down immediately. He lost his life soon after, that as the injury he suffered was directly to his head. There was not much that anyone could do about it. Quavo and Offset, the closest people to Takeoff, haven't been themselves after the incident. The two simply just disappeared for a time and took some time off to mourn their deceased brother. After some time had passed, both Quavo and Offset found ways to express their feelings and let everyone know just how painful this period of time has been for them, and still is. Quavo came out with a song dedicated to Takeoff. He called it Without You, and it got all the fans on their soft side. This is a sad tune meant to be taken seriously. Comments online said, "You could tell this song was meant to vent. Love, R.I.P. Takeoff." Another one went, "If this doesn't hit you in the feels, you ain't human. R.I.P. Takeoff." Offset mourned in his own way, and we didn't see a track from him, but we did see a number of tweets coming from his Twitter account that just show how deeply sad he was by Offset and how hit he was by the loss of his brother. One tweet shared a photo of Offset and said, "Shit not easy, fake smiling and shit, trying to keep walking with my head up." And just a few weeks ago, Offset came out with another tweet saying, "Come back, brah." But the real question still remains, and that is, what's going on between Quavo and Offset? They had their own share of problems even while Take was still with us. But after what happened to both of them, you would expect the remaining members of the legendary ATL trio, the Migos, to find some peace and continue down the road in a more peaceful way. To everyone's disappointment, that didn't happen. In fact, the Grammy Awards show just showed us that there are still hard feelings between them. The two actually got into a physical altercation, according to some sources. The story says the Grammys invited Quavo upstage to perform his Without You track, and they wanted Offset on the stage along with Quavo. But allegedly, Quavo had a problem with that, and he told Offset to back off. Because he refused to do so, the two started pushing each other around, and that's how the story goes. Now, this is just a rumor, and it's not confirmed that it happened. Matter of fact, Offset denied the allegations on his Twitter account. What the f look like fighting my brother, y'all, is crazy. And even though the scuffle between Quavo and Offset might just be a stupid rumor, can't deny one thing. It's the fact that the two aren't really working together. They're on the terms that they were during the glory days of the Migos. Makes you wonder if they are having a tough time squashing this beef because of the J Prince family. It might just be the case, and here's why. So a few days ago, J Prince showed up to do an interview, and during that interview, quite a few things were said about that awful night when Takeoff lost his life. On the night of the Grammys, Swallow and Gilly, co-hosts of $1 Million Worth of Game, released an hour-long interview with J Prince. He came out with some questionable statements that got a lot of mouths talking, including Offset's. But if we don't know by now, J Prince, including his son, believed that the reason why things went south that night is because of Migo bands. According to J Prince's views, he's the one who pulled the burner out, and the rest is history.
Tag nobody until, you know, the homie that was with them would take off them, whatever his name may be. You know, he giving all kinds of statements on this police report we have, so we can read his name and everything, because he put himself in a position where he's cooperating and telling a lot of different lies, so we may as well shine the light on the real root to the issue, which is this homie, you know what I mean, in this paperwork.
As you get to hear for yourself, J Prince went as far as accusing Migos bands snitching and working with the cops. He's allegedly got the official statement that Migos gave to the Popos. And in that statement, J Prince says there's a bunch of lies that twist the story. Migos wants out, and that's the reason why he's willing to sell his story. Now, that's not exactly true. J Prince is capping with the Migos band statement. So far, there are no official documents released by the police at all. However, given the status that J Prince and the mob ties have, both the interviews kept quiet, and their guests just talked. You could easily tell from the interview that the situation was tense. J Prince went on to further explain the situation that Migos bands put himself and the others in.
This dude, without having a green light from Offset, nobody told this man to, you know what I mean, attack somebody and, yeah, Quavo, I mean, you know what I mean? Nobody gave him a green light to attack, you know, a 5'2" guy. You know, this is a big nigga, you know what I mean? So I guess he felt like, you know, the little homie is somebody he can just hit and knock out and different things like that. And it was a wrong thing to do, man. And it was an embarrassing thing to do. Y'all talking about a basketball game. You know what I mean? A 2-on-2, playing a 2-on-2. And now you turn a misdemeanor into a felony.
Nobody denies Migos bands' involvement in this incident, and some would probably agree that the story that J Prince came up with. But it's not that simple. But there are plenty of other factors that came into play, yet they were not brought up, and that's probably because mob ties want to swerve their story into their favor and not make themselves suspicious. But that wasn't all that came from the interview. J Prince also addressed Offset, and he had a message for him too. This is what he had to say about Offset.
But this Offset dude, I ain't gonna leave him out. You know, I'm just real like this, you know, because, you know, they be throwing rocks and hiding their hand, right? They be throwing rocks and hiding their hand. And I don't like them kind of individuals, you know, and the truth of the matter is, you know, one can dance and different things in front of these different cameras and all that kind of shit. And when reality, the truth of the matter is, you know, nigga, you wasn't really right there with Takeoff when he was alive. I got people everywhere, so I hear all kinds of things. I'm gonna just say this to you. Don't never put me in no position where, you know, I have to defend myself. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be healthy for you.
Naturally, the word got around and Offset quickly found out about this interview. He heard the low-key threat that J Prince put out, and Offset was not liking it a single bit. He hopped quickly on Instagram and let him thoughts to be known.
One of y'all niggas even speak on me and Tate relationship, nigga. I don't know you niggas from a can of paint, nigga. Y'all niggas don't know how me and my brother rock, nigga. You trying to clear your face, nigga. This your 5th interview, nigga. You done did about my brother, nigga. You ain't think about his mama. You ain't think about the family, nigga. We ain't said nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing but you niggas. You niggas, man, who y'all niggas think y'all niggas? John got it, nigga. Ain't nobody going for none of that, bro. I ain't studying none of that shit y'all niggas talking about either. And if you heard something from me, I'ma tell you it's gonna come from me. Call my phone.
Obviously, there's bad blood between Offset and the J Prince family. This is just a diss that came from both parties. Clearly, there's some issues going on between them, and they don't agree on what happened that night. The part that a lot of people don't understand is why Offset and Quavo aren't siding together on this one. You'd expect them to stand up to the mob ties together, yet we're not seeing that happen. Actually, what we're seeing is quite the opposite. Is that because Quavo's loyalties lied to mob ties and Offset turned his back on him? Perhaps. Fans aren't liking this at all. One comment on the whole drama seeing right now said, they're making this whole thing messier than it should be. R.I.P. Man, this is just sad. Let the man rest in peace. That man family can't even grieve because all these wannabe street thugs. Do you believe that Quavo and Offset really had a fight during the Grammy Awards, or is this just a rumor spreading for the sake of controversy? Also, what's your stance on the situation that the mob tie is going on? We can clearly see that they're trying their best in order to make the story look as if they are the good guys. They want to show themselves as the innocent ones so badly, even though everyone knows that they indeed are involved in this mess that took away the life of one amazing rap artist. Feel free to share your thoughts with us in the comments section below. Like the video, make sure to subscribe, and click that like button for more videos about the hip-hop world. As always, remember to keep it RIZZLE.